Hey guys. So you're going to be hearing the sounds of 4th of July all around me and outside. Uh, Firecrackers and the like. So just know that. All right, we're about to go live. I got my water. Recycle your plastics. I love it. People come up. Keely came up to me and she said, "Recycle your plastics." I'm like, yes. I'm getting into the world. I'm getting into your heads. There's a creature flying around my house. What is that thing? Weird. All right, we're going to go live on the audio now. Happy 4th of July. How are ya? It's good to see ya. It's July and it's the 4th day of it. How are you? It's America. Happy America Day, guys. Happy America Day. So I'm going to go straight into this one. I always say that this is going to be a short one, and it's always the same amount of time. So we're we're just gonna roll with this one and see how it works. All right. So I played a gig earlier today with Smitty. Daytime gigs are the best. I've been pretty spoiled over the last few months. I hardly ever get have to play a gig where I get done any later than maybe 11 these days. So that's pretty fucking awesome. Also, I've noticed that if you just kind of keep showing up, you don't really have to be that good because Cornbread is what it is. Like we're a cover band, and we have been for a long time, and we just kind of keep showing up, and we keep getting gigs somehow because we've just stuck with it, I guess. So I guess if you just stick around long enough, you don't really have to be that good, and you'll be able to do early gigs eventually. Like you'll get the time slots you want if you just hang around. So there's that. Um, Getting done kind of early does help out Adam and Smitty a little bit in their jobs and such. And I am noticing that I went over this a little bit in the Freebird talk, the Stop Requesting Freebird. Um, I don't have another job, and you guys know this. Like I don't do anything else in the ways of work. And I was asked by somebody today after the gig. They're like, "So what do what's your day job? Like, what do you do? What do you do for work in the daytime?" And I'm like, when I said I only played music, they were like, "Oh, okay." Like that's not an acceptable job. And like I said, I sort of went over this situation a little bit in the Stop Requesting Freebird talk. But folks in the service industry always deal with the when are you going to get a real job, or you don't have a real job, or whatever this is you do is like, and they associate this with because most people who are in the service industry, like servers, waiters, cooks, blah blah blah, most of these people get looked down upon because those are the type of jobs that most people associate with what younger people do. And it's sort of like even to go as far as to say someone who works in an office every day couldn't imagine going out into the world and being a plumber, but the plumber isn't looked at like he's a second rate citizen because he doesn't have a real job. I mean, that's a real job that people make good money at. And that this whole like you don't have a real job stance that a lot of people take against musicians or people in the service industry is insane, considering the amount of income that these jobs produce. And I get so fed up with folks who do regular jobs that act like I'm a second rate citizen because, okay, I was talking to a table earlier tonight, um, and I was telling them that a lot of folks, when they and they asked me the same thing. Everybody always asks, well, so you took off work today too for the fourth, and you're just playing music today? And I was like, well, music is work. You know, this is my job. This is my work. And I say I have to call it that so that people don't to sort of remind people that it is work. It's a job. You know, and they were a little confused by what I said. So I explained that most folks who have a normal job will look at the life that I'm living, and they think that I'm not doing things the normal way, you know. And I'm gonna get to a little bit more explanation on that in a second, but um, I get looked down upon. I explained to them I get looked down upon because I don't have a real job or a family or the things that normal folks think a person should have, and I think that I have the sort of life, in not a conceited way, am I going to say this? I think I have the sort of life that most normal people dream about, you know? And like, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I can sleep till I'm not tired anymore every day, and I can do whatever I want. I mean, and I have nobody to question anything that I do, and that's awesome. A lot of people in the world dream of that freedom, like being able to do whatever you want to do, and not have to answer to anybody for that. That's a huge situation for a lot of people. And I mean, I think that I'm in the sort of situation that a lot of people want to be in. And sure, one day I might look back and maybe regret not going that route. But I feel like too many people get to a point in their life when they feel like, okay, here's the next step. When in actuality, there is no next step. And of course, the point could be argued that to succeed or to grow mentally or mature, that one needs to take hypothetical steps to reach an end goal. But I have it for the last however many years I've done this thing. I went, and I guess what's the average person's steps in life? You do high school, and then you do college, and then you end up meeting somebody or whatever. You do marry, and then you raise kids, and you get kids through school, and then put them through college, and then get them into their own little families and everything. And that sounds very Stepford to some people, and I mean, some people want that sort of thing in their lives, but I feel like folks who go that route, rather than doing what they want to do with their lives and not feeling like, okay, well, I've got to this point, just because you're about to turn 30 or whatever, or whatever age you think that you're supposed to start getting these things accomplished in your life. But just because you've gotten to a certain age group or a certain point amongst your friends, that you feel like you need to keep up with them? Or is it, and is it that? Is it the fact that you're just trying to keep up with your friends around you? Or is it the fact that you actually want that companionship, or you actually want that sort of a financial security to where, okay, well, I hate this shit, but I got all these college debts I got to pay off, and all these credit card debts or whatever I have to pay off, and I've got to do what I got to do to pay these debts that I have. And 9 times out of 10, the debt that you have from college is for a major that you're not going to use, that you're never going to use. You're never going to see a single dollar in return for that money that you spent. A lot of people are in this situation, and I feel horrible for those people, by the way. And Jim Carrey said it best. I've said this before on the podcast, that people, you can fail at what you don't like. So do what you do like and give it a shot, because who knows, you may not like it as much, and at least you give it a shot. But I don't know. I just feel like maybe um, the people think that there's something wrong with the way that I've done it. Like I've broke the rules, you know. Like I graduated high school, I skipped college, and I went on like a little tour of playing coffee shops or whatever between North and South Carolina. And Then I started working random little odd jobs here and there. But then one day I decided, you know what? I want to play music. This is what I wanted to do all my life. I'm just going to do that now. And I started playing music. And sure, I struggled for a little while. But I mean, right now, I don't have any college debt. I don't have any credit card debt. I don't have any massive, other than random people who I borrowed money from over the last few years, being just a drunk bum. But just I mean, other than that, I'm debt free, and I feel like, yeah, I'm 30, going to be 32 this year, and maybe it's a little bit later. But what if people come and graduate college and they have this degree in something they're not going to go in, they're not going to go into business with, or not going to make money with, and then they do something else? Are they not in their 30s by the time they get everything settled out and debt free? Did I not reach the same destination that most other people reach? And granted, a lot of my friends are real jobs and families and all of that stuff, and I'm not knocking any of them for doing that. I love that. I love that about them. I'm glad that they want to do that, but I'm not ready for that in my life yet. And I am not, and I'm also smart enough to understand that because I don't want that in my life yet, I probably shouldn't fiddle around with any sort of situation that might land me in a situation like that. So call that what you want, but I think that I'll be getting the longer end of the stick in the end of that, if you ask me. Recycle your plastics. But yeah, people feel like that I've people feel like I broke the rules. They feel like they treat me like, oh, I don't have a real job, or what is your real job? It's like, oh, well, I do this for a living. I don't have an actual day job. And I said real job, I meant day job. I don't have like a what most people would consider a real job or a normal job, but I still live comfortably, and I've been able to for quite a while now. And it sort of seems like, because I don't know, like, I found a way to live comfortably outside of the traditional means. I feel like folks look at me like I'm breaking the rules, or like he shouldn't be able to live comfortably by doing what he loves, because I hate to work. I have to work so hard and hate what I do. And I most people don't make the kind of dollars that we can make in the service industry. And I consider musicians a service industry as well. Like, it's a service that we're rendering. And I mean, we are practically freelance service industry. And I don't know. I just feel I feel like most people that have to work super duper hard to make their money get a little upset with somebody who doesn't have to work that hard at all. Because I don't really have to work that hard at all. But there's not a whole lot of people that do the kind of thing, or could do the kind of thing that people in my position can do. So I don't have a whole lot more than that for you today. It's 4th of July. I'm sure you got fireworks to go get to, but damn near every person I saw today had on some sort of America apparel. And I love it. I wear an American flag shirt often, and I have a declaration on my wall, and I got an American flag ripped up from years in the wind that I have to reach through a hole in this flag to turn the lights on in my room, which I've said dozens of times. And I love America. I truly do. And I hate that it's become a parody to a point. It's like, it's 100% America now. It's not America anymore. It's America. And it's a parody at this point. It's like, okay, it's more about fireworks and Sunday fun, or not Sunday fun day, but technically a Sunday fun day. It feels like a Sunday fun day because nobody works. Everybody's off work. It's like you got cookouts and fireworks and drunk, and it seems to have become a parody. It's not about America anymore. It's not about us celebrating independence from. Speaking of which, were 90% of these people who I see on Facebook today with all this America posts, they're celebrating this day is very ironic considering the fact that we were guests, for lack of a better term, from a foreign land who showed up here and we were welcomed. Y'all remember the story? They gave us turkey. We were welcomed. And then we got here and said, okay, so this is ours now. And now what's going on is going on, and that's a horrible, horrible situation that people will be so quick to forget how this country started and where we came from and what we did. And this is just I'm not going down that road because I'll end up ranting for another half hour. But I love America and I love you, no matter where you're from. I don't care where you're from. But Americans, lest we forget, we were once the guests from a foreign land and we didn't make the best go of it there for a couple hundred years. We're in a position to be great. And I'm in no way using the president's tagline in this. But we're at a giant crossroads and we're just standing in the road, blocking traffic, arguing with the folks, taking the different road rather than just walking. Pick your road and walk it for you. Fuck what everybody else has got going on. That doesn't matter. That's how we move on. That's how we move on. We're standing at this crossroads and ignorant people who are going to take this road and ignorant people who are going to take this road are standing in the way so that people who already know which way they're going to go can't get through because the ignorant of each side is just standing in the way of this road, arguing and just bitching at each other. Like, just go down your road. Just go down your road because eventually you're going to be with like-minded people who you won't have to worry about anymore. You won't have to worry about them anymore because you'll be on your road. Just let them be on theirs. It's that fucking easy. Not going down that road. You see what I did there? I didn't do that. That was unintentional. I'm not going down the rant road because that'll last too long. And it's America. I don't want to bitch at you too bad. Anywho, super short episode. This is all I got for you today. So technically I could have said it was a short episode and been right. But I got some things for you to watch and listen to coming on Sunday. I'm going to start doing those on Sundays. You're watching listens. But other than that, happy 4th. Be safe out there. Back up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. If you get in a situation to where you were too close to a firework about to go off, in the immortal words of whoever that guy is on YouTube, back up, Terry. Watch that video again. I know I played it for you. All right. Happy 4th, guys. Love you. Peace, bitches. All right. Short but sweet today. Love ya. Happy 4th.